G'day, this is Shay, and welcome to the Universim. This is a brand new game. It has just been released on Steam, but it's been in development for probably about a year now, and I've been following it along in its adventure. It was released with the help of Kickstarter. I've had a go at it already, and I want to show you guys and give you some tips and tricks on how to manage the Universim. I went through quite a few moments of despair because I couldn't figure out what to do. And I don't want you guys to feel that way. I don't want you to give up. I want you to give this game a go because it's pretty cool. So, want to be a god? Let's go. You've been given the ability to modify the genetic code of nuggets, which, upon reflection, was probably not a good idea. Have you ever tried lizard candy? Don't judge.
Wake up. Wake up, creator. This is the beginning of your story. It starts with nothing. Nothing but an infinite void. However, you, with a single touch, can awaken the light.
Touch.
And so the universe sprang into being. Worlds filled with endless potential were scattered into the beyond. They formed into many different shapes and sizes. And while most were doomed to drift among the cosmos barren and alone, others flourished. These few planets soon became home to the greatest phenomenon of all. Life. However, life is a peculiar thing. It comes and goes as swiftly as a bit of space debris burning up in an atmosphere. A creator's purpose was always that of an observer, to simply admire the fleeting beauty of life's beginnings and ends. Yet, this balance could never last. The issue with allowing a species to evolve independently is that they always fail to do so. For life to have a better chance of succeeding, it needs a helping hand. Ah, here we are. Welcome to Mother Planet. This is a rare sight, for it came to be that there was day and night, warmth and cold, and water to flow through the planet's veins. The soil was rich with minerals, which gave rise to a thick blanket of green. The perfect ecosystem was formed. It is no wonder, then, why life has chosen to inhabit it. A new species has been born, and they need guidance. This is your purpose now. Their very existence rests in your hands.
I love that. Some old guy telling me what my purpose is. Must mean I'm playing a sim game. Right, so we've got to place epicenter. Now, I don't have any advice on where to place your epicenter, apart from you might want to place it next to some water, because we're going to need some water. And we also need lots of resources. So these little things over here are rocks and trees. And then this over here is, this is crystalline crabapple and devil's lettuce and mango fruit. We're going to need those early on in game, so it's a pretty good idea to place your epicenter close to these things, because that's going to supply food to your peoples. So I guess this is a really good place. I mean, I could go flying around, we could have a look. Let's just start here. We've got a bit of water, we've got a few bits and pieces of crops. So let's chuck the epicenter right... Oh yeah, make sure it's close to water source, wood, stone, and bushes. So maybe over here, a little bit closer to where there's food. You sure you want to place your evolution tower here? Yes.
Take a look at your new subjects. They're called nuggets, largely because of their body's apparent inability to keep itself in one piece. Adahi and Elu, the architects of their species. They are the founders of everything that nuggets will ever know or achieve.
Right, so this guy's actually going to start talking to me while I'm playing. So I'm going to try and talk in between him talking. I don't know when he starts talking. He just kind of randomly pops in with some stuff. So we're just going to have a little look. Let's just have a look at the game area. So I've put the game on pause. This is the epicenter, and these are my nuggets. These nuggets don't know what they're getting themselves into, I can tell you. This is Elu, and it's her occupation, her status, her spouse, and her number of kids. And then we have how old they are, the health, the food, the thirst, I think this is stamina, the happiness, the strength, and I guess something to do with carrying stuff, I'm not entirely sure. And then we have things like education degree over here, and this will be something like a personality trait. And for Elu and the other guy, there is nothing. They're just neutral. They've got no personality traits at all. Not to say that they don't have a personality. I'm not going to say that at all. I'm just saying that, we don't have anything special about them. Mother Planet population log, and we've got our two people, Adahi and Elu, and all of their stats right here. And if I want to find him, where did Adahi go? He's here behind the tree, and he's getting some rocks. And then I want to go over here to Elu and find her, and she's over here cutting down a tree. Up here, these are the buildings that we're going to have. We've got nothing at the moment. This is going to help me go back home to find where I am if I get lost. Over here, these are God points, and I've got 5 so far. And this is my faith, the amount of nuggets that believe in me. So to do that, I'm going to have to do God things, and that's accessed by using your middle mouse button on the PC. We've got things like telekinesis and Cupidon, which we will get into in a minute, and I can spend those points on doing special little God things to my special little people. Now down here, they've also got creative powers menu. I'll get into that in a second. We've got a construction menu down here. These are all of the things that my people will need: power, water, food, and resources. And over here is a very special, important thing. And this is what my people are going to be studying. We have primitive tools. Yay! Now, I just want to start off by saying one of the very most important things that you will need for this game, all these you think, what am I going to open now? A good idea is to go along through the middle to water wheel, older one, toolkits, calendars, agriculture, right through to material refinement, because a lot of the things that are needed over here require material refinement. One of the most important things about this tree is that you want to get to recreation, because further into the game, when people start dying and we start having horrible things happen like tornadoes and winds and stuff, people are going to start dying, and the depression level of your city will go down. So if they have recreation, they can entertain themselves and hopefully bring up their happiness a bit. So I want to put that in there at the beginning of the video to say that's one of the most important things that you will need to set up for problems later down the track. There's lots of things here. There's hunting, there's cooking, there's calendars. We also have shamanism, which leads to burials. You don't want dead people lying all over the place, and you do get dead people lying all over the place. Cooking and stuff. But I'm going to go straight across to the water wheel because that's really important to get to the next bit. So they are now studying primitive tools.
Nuggets are all unique to one another. Although there are some things that are shared between nuggets, these include the need for certain essentials like food and water, a stable roof over their heads, and an occasional nap. They want to learn, build, discover, and create. It would all be quite inspirational if they also didn't happen to be the species that initially thought their shadows were trying to eat them.
This is their home, their stone hut. So they are building, and these are the required resources. They only need a little bit of wood and a little bit of stone. And it shows the supporters, which are the people who are building it. There are only 2 people in my town to build it right now. We're just gonna go a little bit faster until they've actually built it. The idea of basic axles came to Adahi for their water wheel research after being kicked in the head by a pearl deer. Lovely. Almost finished studying water wheel, and we're going to have to find some water and get them to build near that. So we've got a water source just here. So we are going to try, let's see.
This is quite a beautiful planet.
Yes, it
Try
is.
not to ruin it, will you?
We'll try not to. This is a mammoth. This over here is a deer, and we got a bear. Right, so we're gonna get the water wheel down first of all. So this is the construction menu. To find the water wheel, I can't remember which one it is. Adaptation, resources. Here we go, a water pump. So a water pump is an essential tool for delivering water to your civilization. It was entertaining to watch nuggets run back and forth between the lake and the epicenter with water cupped in their hands, but such things do get tiresome. Water pumps can only be placed beside freshwater lakes. So let's chuck that there, and we will have our friends come along, to build that. First of all, though, they're building this little thing here. This is their stone hut. They don't have any youngsters yet, though. Oh, what's up with this? The Book of Love. Dear Creator, we don't mean to sound like we're complaining, but we're having a tough time doing all of the work with just the two of us. So is there any way we can expand our civilization? We have to connect them with the Cupidon creator power. So I can make two nuggets fall in love by connecting them with my Cupidon power. Let's find where they are. Where are they? Oh, they're over here building. I'm going to interrupt your work, people. I'm sorry, nuggets. And I'm going to access the menu to get the Cupidon, and I'm going to press Control, which is what I'm using, which is my default key. And I'm going to press on Adahi and connect him
I couldn't
to
possibly
Elu.
imagine a better couple.
And Nugget has started believing in me. Look, they're connected. What's going to happen now? Where are you going? Where are you going, girl? Your boy's over here. Come back. Come on. Come back. I know you're playing hard to get, but seriously, just get on with it. Oh, these nuggets have no idea what they're getting themselves into. Did you know that the average nugget IQ is 75? I don't know if that's a good thing. Come on, hurry up. Your IQ is supposed to be 75. Look, they're already got little paths going around here. That is so cool. And this food right in the middle of their area, which is awesome. My household, yes, your household. Ooh, ooh. We got some loving going on. Now, while they're doing their thing, I'm going to click on here and see what they're going to research next. Now, the older one toolkit, they need water storage for this. So water storage is down here. But to do water storage, we need to dig a well. So let's do that. Then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. So I can actually line them up. And the next thing we're going to do is storage access and calendar. And that'll sort of set us pretty well for the next little while. So hopefully we're going to get...
Oh, would you look at that?
We got
A
twins.
little baby nugget.
Look, we got
Aren't
twins.
they adorable when they're young?
Oh,
Don't
they're
get
so
too attached,
adorable.
though. They're still mortal after all.
Okay, so this
Plus,
one is
they seem old enough
Lanahimbu.
to have an opinion and make questionable life decisions. Let's see how much you like them.
This is the
then.
boy. I'm going to call him Ken. We dug a well research. Cool. We're going to call him Ken. And then where's the other little one? Where did she go? She disappeared. Where did you go? Wait. Hang on. To get to that person, I can click on this and find Ken. There we go. Where are you? There you are. And I'm going to call you Winnie. Ken and Winnie. The first Mother Earth made babies. Where are you going? Come back. Don't go over to the bears. No. Come back. Come back. Just stay here. There is a water pit. So this is the first thing that we're going to need to help get water to our people. Now we need to have it reasonably close, or at least on a path to where the water wheel is. Now they've been busy making babies, so of course they haven't finished that. We'll get there in a minute. Now where can we put this? Probably on the path. So let's turn it around so it's facing this way. Right there. Okay, do not forget to build a reservoir before winter comes. All right, so I'm going to help them out a little bit. And to do this, I can use the god power telekinesis, defy gravity and provide once and for all that you're the most attractive being in the galaxy. I'm going to get this up as a priority, so I'm going to prioritize this. And then I'm going to press Control and click on this. As you can see, now I'm picking it up.
We're doing this again, are we?
And I'm going to chuck it in there. You got to be careful. Make sure there's no people actually working on it because you can kill them. Just saying. We might end up doing that by accident.
A tree. Now what?
So now I've got the required resources are there. All they have to do is come along and build it, which is great. Now everyone's going over there to build the water well, which is very important. We need to have a water well, and then we've got the water pit is here, and the water, what is this? The water pump, there we go. But now we need a reservoir, which is what is going to be used to store the water.
This water pump system is rather advanced for such a young civilization. I mean,
totally
sure,
is.
It's built out of rocks, wood, and a bit of string, but impressive nonetheless.
It is very impressive. Now, let's get to the water reservoir. If you're wondering what to do with all the excess water you're generating, here's your answer. Reservoirs store water for emergency use. Somewhere here. Here we go. There. Okay, so now we've got a reservoir. And that will be good for when winter comes. Now, these little things over the top of the heads of my nuggets means that they're thirsty. And she drank water from the lake, so now she's infected. Apparently the visible layer of detritus wasn't enough of a warning. Now what I can do is use my powers, telekinesis, Lycopodon, season change, where is it? Kickstart, rejuvenate. I can use the power of rejuvenation to actually fix her, and I can do this by pressing Control and clicking on her.
Fix them
and
right
now
up.
she's better. What are you doing? We're going to play tag later. I can't wait. All right, so now we're studying Older One Toolkit, and I want to talk a little bit about how to save your game. Saving your game is obviously one of those things that you really want to do. To do that, we have to build an archive, which is one of these things. Hang on a second. Expansion, archive. So history is made each and every day. It would be such a shame if your actions were to be forgotten, considering you do most of the work around here. This building records your civilization in its current state so you can recall it later. It still requires resources to function, so try to keep things topped up or you won't be able to save your game. So if you want to save your game, you first have to build an archive. So that's really, really important, I feel. Anyway, let's put it over here. Turn it around so it's accessible. So just here, so that I know that when I want to save the game, it's right next to this thing. What is it?
Natural evolution is a wonderful thing to observe.
Really?
Unfortunately, it usually ends poorly. We don't have time for that. Fortunately, you have the ability to influence your civilization's evolution and improve its chances of survival.
I do.
Prioritize whatever your heart desires, but remember that the heart is idiotic at best. So use your head instead. That's a pretty good motto to live by. Well, unless you're mining stone, of course.
There's nothing wrong with mining stone. All right, so this is the water pump. I might eventually put another water pump in here so that more water can be provided. It's nice to stay on top of the water production. Winnie discovered hammerstone for the Older One Toolkit research. Epic! That is so cool. That means that is almost done. It's good to stay on top of water production. So we're going to do that early on because when the population of our city rises, we're going to need, water is going to be one of those things that we're definitely going to need. Now, what do we need to finish this? We don't need anything, but we do need for the archive. No, they've got all of the things that they need for the archive. That's so good. You guys are epic. One of the things that's very important to remember, these things, these stone huts, you cannot tell your nuggets where to build them. They're going to put them where their blimmin' will like, which is a little frustrating. So this is where they've chosen to put them. And sometimes they actually build them in the same area, not always. Keep an eye out for flags being raised alongside buildings. This usually indicates the building requires a new worker or that it isn't being supplied with water. Okay, so we're going to need an archivist. Whoa, but before we go to the archivist, we've got some action happening again. Some hot nugget action. Yum. Anyway, they're making me babies. So we've got these guys. What are they? They are dating. Winnie and Ken are dating. You don't ignore the fact that they're actually brother and sister. So I actually don't have to influence them at all, but they're going to need to build their own hut, which, as you can see, has just happened. They are now building their own hut just here. Why straight in front of this one? That's a little frustrating. We've got one baby, Sulashu. I'm going to need you. You are a girl, so I'm going to call you Tina. There we go. So the Nugget's ability to reproduce is good. Okay, so we have some water going in here. Awesome. We're also going to need to create another reservoir somewhere. So I'm going to do that early on. We're going to stick a reservoir over here. And I'm going to put in a new water pump, hopefully all before winter comes, because winter will actually prevent water from flowing. It will freeze it, which is not fun. Let's put another water pump in here. So we're going to put this over here, and that's going to hopefully, the town will expand in this direction, and it will help to provide water to that area. So to do this, this is the stone hut. I'm going to help them out a little bit by grabbing.
Here.
Yeah, it is growing.
Winter's coming, creator.
I know. What is this? Backbreaking work. Dear creator, I've heard that you have the power to create miracles. I've been trying to build a hut for Ken and myself to live in. Yes, okay, well let's help them build their hut. So to do this, I'm going to go into the God menu and choose telekinesis, and I'm going to choose this rock just here, pick it up and plonk it in there. Let's grab some wood.
You're looking a little weak, creator.
Okay, we've done it. Backbreaking work. Ken's faith has increased. He will finish this hut now. That's epic. So I was talking about the Archivist before we were interrupted by our Adam and Eve nuggets having a little bit of nookie time. Yeah, this is the Archivist. So I can actually assign a nugget. I have to assign a nugget before I can actually save. So I'm going to choose Elu. She's going to be my Archivist, and I'm going to save this. And I'm going to call it Shatopia.
I do hope you're not planning on leaving us like this.
I'm not planning on leaving you. I'm just simply planning on saving so that I can come back if I make a big mistake. All right, so this is a reservoir, and we've got all of the required resources.
You look
There's
a little
nothing
confused.
more for me to do.
Don't worry, I expected as much. I know you have questions, but
What is
you'll
this?
learn everything in time.
What?
On your own, without bothering
All buildings...
me.
Yeah, I know. All buildings need to be maintained by an engineer nuggets over time. When buildings start to look unstable, engineers step in to repair them. The inside of each building's panel indicates its condition. So let's look at this. Buildings in bad condition. So if I click on this one, that's an okay decision. It's 97 out of 200. It's a little below what we need it to be. Water status, that's pretty good. This hut here is pretty good. I don't think we can click on this one. Nope. Let's click on the Archivist. That's in pretty good condition. What about this one over here? That's in pretty good condition. But anyway, we need engineers because eventually these won't look so good. So we're going to need an engineer. We're going to stick the engineering place over here. Tina, I thought being an adult would be fun. Boy, was I wrong. Yeah. Engineers. So the engineer hut is home to all the engineer nuggets and holds the tools and knowledge necessary to build and repair structures. Let's truck it down. We're going to turn it around so it's facing our main center. Probably not too close to the huts. There we go. The reservoir has just finished its final construction. So let's have a look at this. We're going to chuck this in here. And a tree to help them with it. Let's put another rock. Okay. Remember that every time I do this, it costs me 5 God points. So you don't want to do it too much. You can see the colours are changing. It's becoming fall or autumn, depending on which part of the world you're from. This reservoir is nice and full, and somebody is having nookie time. Oh, look! It's Tina and Ken. No, Winnie and Ken. Winnie and Ken are kissy kissy. Oh, they're so cute. So when we go into here, we can see that Elu's the Archivist. A new nugget by the name of Chubahu's has arrived. Let's go to Chubahu and rename him. So, hello, come here. Let's call you Harry. Hello, Harry. Water, water, water. Yes, there's lots of water over here. You're welcome to have some. Please, feel free. Nuggets report that the temple is fully functional. We've got a temple over here. Well, that's kind of a nice looking temple, and I cannot do anything with it. I can't click on it. I see. Do you see what I see? We've got some snow. It's getting cold. So we need
And you know that snow isn't white.
get storage.
It's an illusion, a simple trick. Go ahead, take a closer look.
A warehouse. We need a warehouse. So let's put it kind of close, if we can, to where things can be harvested from. So we're looking at over here. Let's turn it around a little bit. Here, now we have a warehouse. So we're gonna need 20 wood, 20 stone. Let's help them out a little bit, shall we? Let's pick this up. Pick this up. So they can just get on with building rather than having to worry about collecting stuff. I mean, you know, this is what life's all about. Faith. Now we need some more wood.
It's not budging. Maybe try it from another angle.
Yeah, that's because I'm out of God points. Calendar is complete. Okay, so now let's have a look. Where are we up to? We've got storage areas, calendar. Let's do agriculture. That's going to lead us onto the farm. And then we've got material refinement. Before we get to material refinement, there's a couple of things. Shamanism and hunting. This will lead us onto burials and having like a cemetery, which is very good for like when you got dead people lying around. Now over here we don't have fire. We got to get some fire and fishing. That's very important. Okay, it's snowing. My poor little nuggets are going to get cold. Let's see how they are. We're just going to click on her. Tina, she doesn't have a spouse. Not yet. Her spouse isn't grown up. Technically her brother, but we won't talk about that. There's precisely zero work being done by me today. But you're mining stones. What you talking about? So she's 9. She's got 100 health. Her hunger's not so bad. It's going down. This obviously means that food is starting to dry out. So hopefully we can survive this winter with with basically next to nothing. This is, here we've got food, it's 16 food stored. And here we have the Archivist. She's being all nice and archivy. Now what's here? We need more wood. Okay. Is someone coming with wood or do you need more? Because I can give you some more. Faith has entered the world with your new follower. I have a new follower?
Why you do that?
No. So lots of notifications have happened, and down here at the bottom right hand side we've got the news and history log panel, so we can see all the things that has happened so far. I think getting at least the engineer and the warehouse up before winter is very, very important. But we went as fast as we possibly could really to get to this stage. And we're getting through the research lines quite quickly because we want to eventually get to recreation. At the moment we're researching agriculture, which will mean farms, so that would be great when spring comes. We can create farms and that will help. What are you doing? I wonder if there is an award for being the most hungry and not dying. You're not that hungry. It's baby making time. No wonder you guys broke your hut. You've been too much baby makings. The warehouse is just receiving its final touches and we have a warehouse. Great, that means that we can store things. Does that also mean, this is something I want to try out, can I pick this up and put it in here? Oh, I broke it. That's not cool. Thanks to a talkative snail, Harry discovered plant growth cycles, which should prove useful for their agricultural research. I just broke the warehouse because I dropped a tree on it. Oh no! Damn it! Oh, where's this engineer's hut? You guys have prioritized this. Okay, the engineers is fully operational. Let's assign a nugget to it. What? Uneducated or with school degree nuggets can be assigned here. Okay, well that's good because it'll be somebody who probably doesn't have an education. Let's chuck Harry in there. He's doing nothing. Well, you're going to do something in a second. He's only little, but that's all right. He will hopefully spend a long time being an engineer and be the best engineer ever. A new nugget by the name of Chevalto has arrived. They're a little too small and squishy to put to work. All right, so is this in this one, Chevalto? No, it's this one. There we go. Hello, Chevalto. We're going to call you Susie. Hello, Susie. My parents gave me the talk yesterday. I'll never look at the bagel the same way ever. Oh my goodness, I'd hate to think. What the heck did your parents tell you? What is this? This is an engineer you're going to repair. Excellent. Success. What's wrong with you? I wonder how long I could survive if I ate one of your own legs. You're not hungry, you little pig. There's plenty of food right here. Look at that. Oh, we have some romance going on here. Harry and Tina. Ooh, that's cool. We've got some more happening. We have 2 houses, and I guess we're going to have that couple building a house very soon. So in the next episode, we're going to see more of Shatopia growing. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe if you haven't already for more Universim content. And remember, the Universim is available on Steam. There's a link down in the description for where you can purchase it. It's actually right now on sale. I don't know for how much longer though. So I definitely recommend getting it and trying it out. Heal a nugget. Help my fellow Adehi. Let's do it. I'm on it. Let's go over here. Just before we leave for the day, let's go to rejuvenate, and we're going to fix Adehi.
I bet they've never felt so
Yay!
good. Or ever will they again.
Ciao, ciao.